Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome everyone to the dog call. Welcome everyone to the dog call. Salute, salute, salute. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday to everyone. Salute, 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 salute. Everybody, we are live. I'm live today, live in the flesh. This is not pre-recorded. I am live. Let me start by saluting the chat here real quick. Salute to your team. EZ420. Hey, I'm nervous about all of them, but the one that makes me more nervous, I'm going to reveal that team here shortly. Blake, man, Junior, salute to you, salute. Shabazz Ali, what's going on, bro? Salute to you, salute. Happy Monday to you. Glad you can make it over. Welcome to the dog call. Salute to you, 225 girl. What's going on? Salute, 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 salute. Salute, salute, salute. Everybody, salute. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. Down in Florida, those lousy, stinking Gators go down once again. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, but 5 times in a row. 5 times in a row, the Florida Gators go down. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the game, all of this whining and crying that dog haters are doing about the referees. We're going to talk about what we found out about these Georgia Bulldogs and what we need to kind of like be concerned with moving forward. So everybody, get your popcorn ready. We live today on the Dog Call. I'm your host, Amondo Black, and this is the Dog Call.
Florida, bring on Bama, and bring on Texas too. We stay true, the Dogs stay true. We're the one with a few. Go Dogs, I'm playing on Florida. Bring on Bama and bring on Texas.
Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday, everyone. Salute, 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 salute. Appreciate that slap on the neck, brother Baker Man Jr. Salute to you, salute. And salute everybody. Happy Monday. We're here live, here in the Dog Call. I'm your host, Amondo Black. For this special occasion, Baker Man Jr. says, we don't want no more Bama. My heart can't take any more. Shabazz Ali says we will see Alabama again, and you're right. Shabazz Ali is right, Baker Man. And let me just say this to all the dog fans: salute to you, Bacardi Obama. Salute to you. Happy Monday to you. Let me just Let me just explain to all of you dog fans, and you're going to find out tomorrow night when the first rankings come out. If everything remain the same, the way it is, which I think it will, I think Bama has a pathway. They have 3 remaining SEC games. They have LSU, Oklahoma, Auburn. LSU they fired their coach last week. LSU has issues. I don't think LSU has the firepower to stay with Bama for 60 minutes. Oklahoma is kind of suspect on offense. I think they kind of skated by against Tennessee. Tennessee made some mistakes Saturday night that cost them the game. In my opinion, Tennessee was the better team, but Oklahoma came out with the victory. I don't think, as great as Oklahoma's defense is, they're elite. I just don't think they have enough firepower to keep up with Bama. Bama's defense is good enough to slow down Oklahoma's offense, which will make that game close. And if it's close going into the fourth quarter, you know that's right there in Bama's wheelhouse. Auburn, now that could be tricky. That could be the game that if Bama's going to slip up anywhere before Atlanta, that will be the game. Now, let's talk about Atlanta. It looks like their opponent will be Texas A&M. If Texas A&M take care of business the rest of the way, I think even if Texas A&M loses to Texas, I think they'll still go to Atlanta. As long as we take care of business against Texas. Now, speaking of Texas, and this is for all of you dog haters out there, outside of the Georgia fan base, you might want to be rooting and praying for us to beat this Texas team, because what we saw Saturday was that Texas team, just like my Georgia Bulldogs, flick on that light switch. And when they flick on that light switch, they are a very dangerous team. Listen to me real good. This Texas team was not ranked. They were not ranked preseason ranked number 1 for nothing. They weren't ranked number 1 for nothing coming into the season. They were ranked number 1 coming into the season because they are loaded with talent. For whatever reason, the ball has just been bouncing funny for Texas. Arch Manning is not all who we thought he was. But if you look at Arch's play, the last 2 weeks he has been improving against Mississippi State and against Vanderbilt. 2 pretty good defenses. Mississippi State has a hellified pass rush. Their defense is not, they're not a cupcake defense. Vanderbilt has a pretty good defense. And Texas they had their way with Vanderbilt's defense for most of the game. Now, later on in the second half, like in the fourth quarter, Texas defense gave up some points that they shouldn't have gave up. I think they kind of took their foot off the gas. Sarkisian took his foot off the gas, much kind of like what happened in the Peach Bowl against Arizona State. But make no mistake about it, this Texas team is loaded and they're very talented. So I have a poll that's up. And the poll that says, which game on UGA's remaining schedule should Dog fans be more nervous about? Salute to you, G-Bam, my boy. And I have them in order: Mississippi State, Texas, Charlotte, Georgia Tech. And so far, 62% of you are saying Texas. 19% of you are nervous about Mississippi State, and the other 19% is nervous about Georgia Tech. Me personally, I'm worried about all of them. I'm always worried about all of them. But the fact that Texas is facing elimination, they're on a bye week this week. So when we play them, when they come to Athens, they'll be coming off of a bye week, which means they will be well rested and healthy, ready to go. So that's a dangerous team. And that's a team that I don't think anybody want to see in the playoffs. Remember what I predicted earlier this season. I said that this year's first round is going to be totally different. Don't think that all the home teams are going to sweep the first round. There are going to be some visiting teams playing in the first round, going on the road, upsetting the home team in the first round this year. And if Texas gets in the playoff and they go in 9 times out of 10, if Texas get in the playoffs, they'll go in as an 11th seed, which means they'll be traveling somewhere. They're going to be dangerous. They'll be dangerous. But that is why it is very imperative. Because me as a Georgia fan, I don't want to see them in the playoffs. I only want to see them one time, and that's in Sanford Stadium in Athens next Saturday. So we need to take care of business. For that reason and that reason, we need to go ahead and end their season, take care of business. 9-3, they're done. 3 losses, they're out. They're down to 2. They have one more L coming, and that will be to my Georgia Bulldogs. Now let's talk about these Florida Gators. I got to give it to the Florida Gators. For a team that just fired their coach, they were a damn good fight. They took us to 4 quarters. 4 quarters. This Florida Georgia game was totally different. Totally different than the last 4. The last 4 were more like blowouts. Last year was a little close, but toward the end, we started pulling away. This year, we couldn't really pull away. It took us 4 quarters to beat this team, and I've been saying it all season. This Florida team is very talented. They are elite on defense. The defense kind of reminds me of Auburn, except I think Auburn, in my opinion, Auburn has a better pass rush. Salute to you together. Salute to you. My beautiful Wolfpack sister, salute to you. But this Florida team, they listen, if DJ Lagway would have hit, though, if he would have put a little bit more air on the ball, a little bit more of a touch on the ball, he does not have a good deep ball. That's the only thing about his game. He's not accurate down the field. If he was a little bit more accurate down the field, we may be having a different conversation here today. Then we may be having a different conversation today. Salute to you, Angel B. But that Florida team is dangerous. Listen, that's the same Florida team that beat Texas. So for all of you haters that are sitting there nitpicking, see, this is how you can identify a Georgia hater. Like Greg McElroy, okay? And a couple of those other clowns on ESPN. Nitpicking. Oh, Georgia ain't playing 4 quarters. Georgia ain't playing 4 quarters. Who playing 4 quarters? Who playing? They didn't say that about Bama against South Carolina because Bama did not play 4 quarters against South Carolina. They didn't say that about Ohio State because Ohio State damn sure didn't play 4 quarters against Penn State. They came out in the second half and they woke up. But in that first half, they did not. In that first quarter, especially that first quarter, they didn't come to play in that first quarter. So these naysayers that's always nitpicking Georgia, talking about Georgia don't play a full game. Georgia, how long can they keep this up? As long as we have to. As long as we have to. Because like I said before, and I'll say it again, I've seen team win national titles by winning close games. Florida State 2013. Remember that? Clemson 2016. Clemson went blowing teams out in 2016. They were winning nail biters against teams like Wake Forest, against teams like NC State, against Georgia Tech. They won nail biters in 2016. They blew out Ohio State in the semifinals, but they won a nail biter against Bama in the national championship game. See, this is the playoff era. This is not the BCS. We don't give a damn. Me personally, I don't give a damn about style points. As long as you win the damn game. And I'm saying it about Mississippi State. I'll say the same thing about Charlotte. I don't give a damn about no style points. I don't care about no style points. The rest of a win is a win. As long as we win, and at the end of the season, we're there 11-1. I'm good. Hosting a playoff game in the first round. That is the goal that I want for my Georgia Bulldogs. Now, with that being said, in order for that to happen, Bama and Texas A&M, which I think they can, they will have to win their remaining games. Now, Texas A&M can still drop one and still go to Atlanta, but Bama has to win their remaining games. They have to win their remaining games. I don't think they can have a slip up or hiccup or anywhere. They have to win their remaining games. If I'm not mistaken, I think Bama has to win at least 2 out of the next 3 SEC games. If Bama wins the next 2 out of 3 SEC games, say if they beat LSU and they beat Auburn, or if they beat any order, if they can win at least 2 out of the next 3, they will get the tiebreaker over Georgia. The only problem with that is they'll be going into Atlanta with 2 losses, which means that SEC championship game is going to be a must win. That's the only problem. They're going to be going into Atlanta with two losses if they have a hiccup. But I don't think Bama will have a hiccup. I think Bama will go into Atlanta 11-1, and I think Texas A&M will go into Atlanta 12-0, and that's your 2025 SEC championship game. Right now, they have Georgia slated as the number 5 seed, which the 4th seed. So I'm gonna break it down like this. Right now, as is, it looks like, yeah, I heard AJ McCarron, G Bama boy, I heard he running for lieutenant governor. He may win. He's very popular in that state. If Texas A&M beats Bama in Atlanta, the winner of, put it like this, the winner of Bama and Texas A&M, the SEC champion, will be the number 2 seed. Okay, that's how I think it's going to go down. The winner of the SEC championship game is going to be the number 2 seed. When Indiana and Ohio State play each other in Indianapolis, somebody got to win, somebody got to lose, which means the loser will go to the number 4 seed. The loser of the Big Ten will be the 4th seed. Either Ohio State or Indiana. I put my money on Indiana being the 4th seed and Ohio State going on, getting that bye and becoming the number 1 overall seed. So the way it's lined up now, it looks like Indiana will be the 4th seed. Indiana will be the 4th seed. The loser of the SEC championship game will probably be the 3 seed. And the winner of the SEC championship game will be the 2 seed. And the winner of the Big Ten championship game will be the number 1 seed. That's the way I'm predicting it, because I don't see a scenario where if Bama or Texas A&M win and Indiana loses, that they will put Indiana as the number 2 seed over the SEC champion. I don't see that happening. There's no way in hell that'll happen. The SEC champion will get the number 2 seed. That's the way I see it going down. So, if A&M goes undefeated, hold up, let me put your comment up here, bro. Let me put your comment up here. G Bama boy says, if A&M goes undefeated and win the SEC. A&M will be the number one. I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm gonna tell you why, G Bama. I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Texas A&M's okay, so if Ohio State beats Indiana, Ohio State resume will look better. Ohio State's resume will look better. Ohio State will then have a better win than Texas A&M because they would have done beat a number 2 seed. Okay, so if Indiana beats Ohio State, by them had done went to Eugene and beat Oregon, and then turn around and beat Ohio State and Indy in the Big Ten championship game, Indiana will get the number 1 overall seed. I think the SEC champion will get the number 2 seed. And the reason for that, the reason why I say that is because the SEC champion, the number 2 seed, will play in the Sugar Bowl. And that's usually where the SEC champion usually play at anyway, before the playoff era. When it was the BCS, the SEC champion would always play in the Sugar Bowl. So I think that's how they'll line it up anyway. The winner of the Big Ten, as long as, and I'm just speaking now, as long as Ohio State go undefeated. If Ohio State go finish the year undefeated 12-0, and Indiana finish 12-0, which I suspect both of them will, they'll be playing for the number 1 seed in Indy. Yeah. 225 girl said that's a possible scenario, but I don't trust the committee at all. Sean, they can move the goalposts whenever. Now, this is the thing. This is the only thing that I will be a little concerned about if I'm a Georgia fan. All of these nail biter games and starting off slow and everything. Will the committee penalize Georgia? Now, so far, the coaches poll have not penalized Georgia, and so far, the AP has not penalized Georgia. So the question is, will that committee penalize Georgia for all of these close nail biter, all of these close call games? Will that come back to hunt Georgia? Will they put Oregon at number 5 and drop Georgia down to number 6? That's something else you want to watch out for tomorrow night as well. Where will this committee put Oregon, and where will they put Georgia and Ole Miss? And I can see them doing something stupid, something crazy, like maybe bumping Ole Miss in front of us. I can see them, even though we won head to head, I can see this committee doing something dumb like that. They've done it before. They put teams that won the head to head and put the loser in front of the team that won the head to head. So don't be surprised. You know what? Look, that's why I've been telling all of you the entire season. I don't trust this committee. I just don't trust this committee. I don't. The Dogs need to take care of business the rest of the way. If we go ahead, run the table, finish 11-1, we're in damn good shape. I would not be mad at getting the first round in Sanford Stadium in Athens, hosting a home game for the first round of the playoffs. I would not be angry with that at all. Okay. Now, on to some not so good news. We're going to be without, as far as the injury report, from what I was told, we're going to be without Jordan Hall. I don't know how long. The good news is Kirby did not say out indefinitely, like he said with Kobe Young when the press conference on that Monday, the Monday after the Ole Miss game. Kirby immediately came out and said, "Oh, we're going to be without Kobe Young indefinitely." He didn't say that. Salute to you, Ty. Salute to you, brother. He did not say that about Jordan Hall. So we may be without Jordan Hall. I say maybe until the playoffs. I say maybe until the playoffs. I don't, the way that injury looked, I don't see him. Salute to you, Neptune. The way that injury looked, I don't see him coming back anytime soon, like the next couple of weeks or by the Texas. Definitely, he won't be back for the Texas game or the Georgia Tech game. So, yeah, time. I'm nervous about Texas too, bro. I'm nervous about Texas too. Tab said, "I'm definitely nervous about Texas. The Georgia Bulldogs have really disappointed me this year. I need them to the ball down the field, get the ball down the field, or run the football. Give me a little play action or something. Yeah, they're gonna have to throw the ball. They're gonna yes, Baker man. That's another thing too. We have a good wide receiver core this year. We got some receivers that can catch the ball, so I think we match up damn good against Texas. As a matter of fact, I think Texas, we would be a matchup problem for Texas because we can beat you on the ground, we can beat you on the air, we can beat you in the air, and we can stop the run, which that's going to make Texas one dimensional. We're what Kirby is going to do with Arch. He's going to force Arch to win the game with his arm, which he's capable of. He's capable of. He's definitely capable of. Okay, so on the injury front, Damani Jones, he's going to be practicing this week. We may have the money back for the Mississippi State game. His injury, it's not as bad as it looked. It's not as bad as it looked. And Chris Cole is already back. He's fine. Chris Cole. So Chris Cole will definitely play Saturday. I think Damani Jones will be questionable, like a game time decision. Uh, Hall, he's out. We will not see him against Mississippi State. Zach has been a game changer and a breath of fresh air for the passing game. Yes, 225 girl. Yes, he has. But what I don't want Garner to do is to get tunnel vision. I don't want Garner and Bobo to get so dependent on one receiver. I would like to see them spread the ball out more. I would love to see them. You know, that's why I don't know why we have not seen CJ Wiley. You know, like my man Major over there at DAWGS. Shout out to Major. I know he's at work right now. He probably ghost watching and listening. But even Major has made that statement on his podcast that we need to see CJ Wiley. We need to see Sakovi White. We need to see some of these younger wide receivers. So in the event if somebody else go down, these guys will already be ready. They will already be ready. Don't wait till the last minute and bring them in when they're ice cold. Let them get some playing time experience. I would have, if the only thing that I didn't like Saturday, you know, even though we down Kobe Young, we don't have Kobe Young, I would have loved to see CJ Wiley get a few targets, like one or two, maybe three targets in that game. You got to get these young guys ready. You got to get them ready. Salute to you, D. Santana. Salute to you, brother. Happy Monday to you. But the backup, we had a couple of guys that came in and they did pretty well. They did pretty well with taking. One thing about George, this is why Kirby recruits the way he does, because you never know. It's football. Football is a gladiator sport. You never know on any given play, any of these players can go down. Any of these players can go down. Example, Taylor, they put him in. He was ice cold. Look what happened. Exactly. Baker man, our nail bite games won't let hey man, nail biter blowout. It don't matter. Right about now, Baker man, this late in the season, they need some PT experience. They need some PT experience. Mondo TV. Seeing Georgia Tech, what in the world has gotten into them playing just as good. That time, they didn't look good Saturday. They looked terrible Saturday. That run defense of theirs. Oh, they better get that straightened out before Black Friday. They better straighten out that problem before Black Friday. Because they let NC State run all on their NC State ran all through that defense like X-Lax. G Bambo said Beamer and Mario will get fired at the end of the season. I don't know, man. They fired Schuler. They fired Mike Schuler. So that tells me anytime you see the offensive coordinator getting fired in the middle of the season or toward the end of the season, that means the head coach is going to come back. That means they're giving the head coach maybe another year to get it together, to get it right, and maybe find a good offensive coordinator. I think that's all Shane Beamer needs. He needs a damn good offensive coordinator, or maybe he needs to take over the play call and do this himself. That's just my opinion about the whole thing. But that's the injury report there. Other than that, the O-line is the good news is that O-line. Did you see that O-line? That O-line looked damn good. Woo! That O-line looked damn good. Glover, Hughley, Ernest Green, Michael Morris, Monroe Freeling, Drew Bobo, that O-line. Now that's how you do it. That's how you play. That O-line, keep in mind, that was an elite Florida defense. An elite Florida defense. Now, yeah, Gunnar Stockton got sacked a couple of times, man, but it wasn't no disaster situation. It wasn't nothing like last year, where that Florida defense was all over Beck. And speaking of Beck, Baker Man Jr. said, any thoughts on Beck? Listen, Baker Man, you already know what I'm getting ready to say. I've never been the type of person to say I told you so, but didn't I tell y'all this back in January? I told y'all, this dude is not focused on the game of football. He cares more about this. He cares more about money than he does about the team. He's not a team player. That pass he threw in that overtime, that was what you call selfish show-off football. Instead of handing the damn ball off or calling the audible at the line, switching the play up, and giving the ball to the damn running back so he could score. He want to be the hero because he thinking about money, the draft, and the Heisman. He heard the talk. He saw people. He heard people throwing him under the bus all week. So what did he do? He went out there and he made a boneheaded decision in overtime that cost his team, possibly cost his team a trip to the ACC title game and probably a trip to the playoffs. I said it back in January and I say it again today. And it's gonna be some that disagree with me. We are a hell of a lot better off with Gunnar Stockton. Once again, is Gunnar Stockton elite? No. Is he elite? No. Is he Aaron Murray elite? No. Is he Matthew Stafford elite? No. Is he Eric Zaire elite? Hell no. But guess what? He ain't gonna cost you the game. He ain't gonna be the reason that you lose the game. Carson Beck will cost you the game. Remember the Bama game last year. Remember the Bama game in the SEC championship game with that lackadaisical handoff to Dylan Bell. Carson Beck will cost you games. Gunnar, he's He's better at protecting the ball. Give me a quarterback that plays fundamental football, that loves the game of football, that loves the University of Georgia, that want to be the quarterback here, that ain't just thinking about money and ain't thinking about chasing women. That's what Carson Beck. Carson Beck thinking about cash and ass. That's all he thinking about. Well, Garner is watching film. He's in the weight room getting better. He's running routes. He's running routes on off days. He's running routes with Dylan Bell. You can tell him and Dylan Bell have been working together, and Lawson Lucky, you can tell those three been working together because look how much improved Dylan Bell is this year. You know why? Because it's the chemistry. Garner has better chemistry in the locker room than Carson Beck ever did. And I'm not bashing the kid. I'm not throwing the kid under the bus because I still think he could go on to the NFL if he get with the right coordinator. He grow up a little bit, get with the right coordinator. I think he can do some great things because Matthew Stafford was the same way. Matthew Stafford would take unnecessary chances. He would play hero ball and he would throw dumb interceptions at certain times. So Matthew Stafford grew out of it. Hell, Matthew Stafford got a Super Bowl ring. He done won NFL MVPs. He was the first round draft pick. Matthew Stafford, basically, in my opinion, he'll be a Hall of Famer. He's a future Hall of Famer. So, Carson Beck, I'm not saying that it's over for him. He could go on to have a productive NFL career. But I'm just saying for Georgia, for the University of Georgia, for what we needed, Gunnar Stockton is a better fit culturally for the culture of Georgia. 225 Girl says, at first I gave Carson grace, but since I've been hearing stories of him taking digs at Georgia after all they did for him, he's getting what he deserves. I'm glad the fake CB Miami fans are quiet now. Oh, yeah. They are mad. You know what they're saying? They had a chance to get Mendoza, 225 Girl. Mendoza wanted to go to Miami. But they chose Carson Beck. They chose to ride with Carson Beck. They chose Carson Beck over Mendoza. Mendoza could possibly be the Heisman winner. It's coming down between Mendoza and Ty Simpson for the Heisman. Now, I do think, in my opinion, if Bama roll through these next 3 games and then go to Atlanta and Ty Simpson has like at least a 300-yard passing game, I think they'll give it to Ty Simpson. Hey, Ty, I just tell the truth when I come on here, brother. But yeah, 225 Girl, all that bashing Georgia after everything that Kirby did for him, that put a bad taste in my mouth as well. A huge bad taste in my mouth. Nobody told better interception than Brett Favre. Eli Manning is yeah. Freeze chose Arnold over Pavia as well. Well, you know what, man, G-Bama boy, I don't think Pavia was going anywhere. I don't think Pavia was ever leaving Vandy. I don't think Pavia was ever leaving Vandy. Y'all sleeping on Nashville. Nashville got loot. They got loot up there in Nashville. I'm telling you, man, y'all sleeping on Nashville. Remember now, Nashville got its money in Nashville, Tennessee. I honestly don't think Pavia was going anywhere. I really don't. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and let me read one more other comment. Bacardi Obama said Mendoza looked great on Saturday. I wish Auburn kept Freeze until this Saturday. I had my run ready to celebrate the Diego Pavia Day. You know what, man? Vanderbilt better be careful. Vanderbilt, this is an elimination game for Vanderbilt, and they better not take Auburn lightly. They better not take Auburn lightly. The problem that Vanderbilt is going to have is the same problem we had. You don't know what Auburn going to throw at you. Because Hugh Freeze ain't going to be calling the plays. That guy that Hugh Freeze brought with him, no, they're not going to be calling the plays. We don't know who's going to be calling the plays. Auburn could come out and run something totally different. The same thing with Florida. Those plays that guy was calling Saturday for Florida, it wasn't on film. Kirby had none of it. Kirby did not know what the hell. Schumer, Kirby did not know what was coming. That's the problem when you playing a team that done fired their coach. Same thing with Bama. Bama needs to be careful with LSU. Bama needs to be careful with LSU too, because you don't know what they're gonna be calling. What you've been seeing on film, that ain't what you're gonna see Saturday. But I still think Bama got that. I still think Bama got that. G Bama boy says Pavia came from New Mexico. Freeze could have had him after the 2023 season. You think so? You think so? Because at that time, man, you got to remember, man, Peyton Thorne had a pretty good 2023 year. Remember, that was the year that Peyton Thorne almost beat us. Peyton Thorne, I don't think he would have been able to beat out Peyton Thorne in 2024. That's why he chose to go to Vanderbilt. Two Girl said Arnold might play better with DJ Durkin being the interim head coach. Oh, I got some breaking news. Hey, I don't know if I should say this out loud. I'm going to go ahead and share this with you all since I'm live. I'm going to go ahead and share this with you all. I have some inside source at Auburn University. Guess who they are seriously considering to bring in as their head coach? Glenn Schumer. Glenn Schumer is a serious candidate for Auburn's next head coach. And not only at Auburn, Florida is looking at him also. Glenn Schumer. They are seriously considering Glenn Schumer. And I know a lot of you are saying, man, look at that Georgia defense this year. I don't know if that's good. But the thing about it is, you got to remember, Kirby, just like Nick Saban, Kirby has a pretty nice coaching tree that has started under him as well. Look at Dan Lanning. Look at Fran Brown. If Mel Tucker wouldn't have got in, if Mel Tucker could have just kept his third leg in his pants and focus on football, he would still be coaching somewhere also. So, Kirby has a pretty nice coaching tree going. Buster Faulkner, his name, Buster Faulkner, he's not head coach, but, he's pretty much one of the best offensive coordinators in the nation. Deion Sanders going to leave Colorado and find his way to the SEC. Man, he need Baker, man. You know what? In my opinion, man, he need to step down from football altogether, man, and concentrate on his health. Deion needs to do like Urban Meyer did. Step away from football for about a good 2-3 years. Maybe go in the booth go in the booth or join game day for maybe a year or two and just concentrate on his health. Get healthy. Dion is not old. He's in his 50s. He's in his mid to late 50s. So he can afford to take maybe a year or two off to get healthy. Because I think that's what he's not healthy, man. It's rough coming off a bladder cancer surgery, and then without not taking at least a year off. Most people that go through something like that, salute to you, big boy Dooley. Most people that go through something like that, they're gonna at least take a year off. Time, I don't, like I said, man. I think Dion should take some time off, man. His health ain't good. Salute to you, Team Easy. Salute to you, brother. He said, "Good morning, y'all, brother. You must be on the other side of the globe. You saying good morning." Good afternoon, good Monday afternoon to you, brother. But yeah, man. Tomorrow night is going to be very interesting, everyone. The playoff selection committee, Tuesday night, tomorrow is going to be very, very interesting. And I'm curious about where they're going to put Georgia and Oregon. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on where they're going to put Ole Miss. Keep an eye where they're going to place Notre Dame. I see the AP has Texas at number 13, and they have Notre Dame I think at 10, 9 or 10 or something like that. Pay attention to where the committee places Notre Dame. Those are certain, just a few things. Also, this is what I think the committee is going to do as well. I think the committee is going to swap Texas A&M and Bama. Look for Bama to be number 3 and Texas A&M to be number 4 in the playoffs and in the playoff rankings tomorrow night. But with that being said, it is time. It is time for this week's SEC Top 5 ranking. And as you can see, it's not much of a surprise here. Not much of a surprise here. We got Texas A&M. Texas A&M right here at number 1. Let me just start off with number 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and why I have them in this order. Texas. And I know some of you Oklahoma fans are saying, well, we went in that Neyland and we beat Tennessee, but you lost to Texas head-to-head. You lost to Texas head-to-head. Texas only has 1 loss in the SEC. Texas has 2 losses, but remember, one of those losses were non-con season opener to Ohio State. And Texas is playing damn good football right now, so they definitely deserve to be in my top 5. At number 4, I have Ole Miss. Ole Miss, as long as they take care of business the rest of the way, I don't see any hiccups the rest of the way on Ole Miss's schedule. They've already played the toughest part of their schedule. They only have 1 loss. That game was epic where they went into Norman and they beat Oklahoma, their first top 10 win on the road for Ole Miss and for Lane Kiffin in Lane Kiffin's coaching career. That was huge. For that reason, I still have them at number 4. At number 3, my Georgia Bulldogs at number 3. Hey, it wasn't pretty, but they got the job done. At number 2 is Bama. Like I said, man, Bama's undefeated in the SEC. And the only reason why I still have Texas A&M in front of them is because Texas A&M, how can you jump an undefeated team, a team that's just been perfect so far? And Texas has been perfect so far. They're undefeated. So Bama is at number 2. Uh, hey, like I said, I hope that the both of them continue to take care of business. I hope Bama keeps taking care of business and Texas A&M keep taking care of business because I would like to see that game in Atlanta. I would definitely like to see that game in Atlanta, those two teams. Because so far, to be honest with you, those two teams have been the two best teams in the SEC this year so far. So far. Okay, but Bama is going into their part of the schedule where they're going to face some tough, much tougher defenses. LSU, Oklahoma, and Auburn. Those three defenses are no joke. No joke. They have some offensive issues, but those three defenses are elite. LSU, Oklahoma, and definitely Auburn. So everyone, those are my top 5 teams for week 11. That could change, and it could definitely change next week. It could definitely change next week if we have any chaos. Like I said, Bama's hosting LSU Saturday. Georgia goes to Mississippi State. That's a very dangerous team at home. Starkville, they're going to be ringing them cowbells. The reason why I'm a little bit more relaxed about that game is because it's a 12 noon game. It's a 12 noon kickoff. I would much rather, like I said, I don't mind the 12 o'clock games. I'm glad it's at 12 and not at night because that place is crazy at nighttime. I don't like going into Starkville. I don't like the idea of my Georgia Bulldogs having to play and start Vegas at nighttime. OU and Auburn will be tough to beat. Yeah. They're gonna be tough to beat. But I think Bama should be able to take care of business, man. I really do. I think Bama should be able to take care of business, G Bama. But this is that time of the year, man, when we normally have some chaos. And we had chaos last year. Will we have any chaos this year? I think it will be some chaos, but I don't think you'll have any chaos in the SEC. I think you'll see some chaoses in other conferences. But I don't see too much chaos happening in the SEC. But then again, I could be wrong. You never know. You never know. You never know. So those are my top 5 rankings. Texas at number 5. Ole Miss at number 4. Georgia at number 3. Bama at number 2. And Texas A&M at number 1. Those Aggies they held on to that spot for a long time. Tennessee and LSU is out. What other SEC team you could possibly see not make the 12? Missouri, if I'm not mistaken, I think also Missouri. So you're speaking on who was up for elimination. Missouri is up for elimination. Oklahoma is down to an elimination. Oklahoma will have to play Bama next Saturday. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So Oklahoma is down to their last. They have 2 losses. Missouri has 2 losses, and Vanderbilt has 2 losses. So Vanderbilt got to be careful with Auburn. Vanderbilt got to be careful with Auburn because let me tell you something. Those guys, they love DJ Durkin. They love DJ Durkin, and DJ Durkin is going to have that team ready. DJ Durkin is going to have Auburn ready. I don't give a damn if the game is in Nashville because remember, this Auburn team went on the road down to College Station and almost beat Texas A&M. Came up that close to upsetting Texas A&M. And they held Texas A&M to under 20 points. So, hey, if Auburn, and I already know the game plan, they're going to make Pavia win that game in the air. They're going to take away that run. They're going to stuff that run. Auburn is the toughest. Auburn is the toughest team in the nation to run on. They are the toughest team in the nation to run on. Remember, Auburn is the only team that held us to under 100 yards rushing. They're the only team that held us to under 100 yards rushing for the whole game. I think we only had like 80, 81 or 82 rushing yards that night. Blake Bakemore Jr. said Missouri will beat Texas A&M. Now you just predicted possibly the biggest upset this year in the SEC, if that happens. If that happens. Oh, G. Bama boy said Auburn was cheated at OU. Auburn should have won that game. Yeah. See, people talk about what happened against us, talking about the Kirby clap, but a lot of people like Kangaroo Black. And let me just say something to you, Kangaroo Black. Kangaroo Black, I ain't got nothing personal against you, brother, but I'm just going to say this to you, bro. You a fraud. You are not a real Crimson Tide fan. No real, I've been around real Bama fans my entire life, and you are not one. You are not a real Bama fan. A real Bama fan, and I got a real Bama fan in my chat right now. G. Bama boy, have you ever heard of a Tide fan pulling for Auburn? Don't no real Tide fan pull for Auburn. Under no circumstances. When Auburn, I don't give a damn if it's football, basketball, baseball, softball, Tide fans always root against Auburn. You are the only Tide fan on this planet that's still bitching about what happened down there in Jordan Hare 3 weeks ago. Auburn fans ain't even bitching about that no more. You the only one. You did a whole live talking about Georgia cheated Auburn. The referees cheated Auburn. Why do you care? You're a Tide fan. You should be happy. Now, we all know the referees didn't cheat nobody. If you really can see, screenshot the damn thing and blow it up, you will see he never crossed the goal line with the ball, with firm possession of the ball. And as far as the timeout, yeah, I agree with you. Kirby did call a timeout, but that didn't mean nothing, because the next play, on the very next play, we got hit with a 15-yard personal foul penalty. And we had to kick a field goal, and Wood Green missed it. So what the hell are you talking about? Talking about the referees cost Auburn the game. You are a fraud. You are not a real Tide fan. Let me just say this, and I'm not no Bama hater. I got much respect for Bama. I've been giving Bama props since the Tennessee game. I have no problem with the University of Alabama or the University of Alabama football program. Do you know what I have a problem with? Fake, bandwagon, fraudulent ass Bama fans like you. Kangaroo Black. You ain't, and I don't give a damn about all them 1,000 jerseys, Bama jerseys, and all of that Bama stuff you got hanging in the background. Because we know you didn't get none of that. You didn't get none of that stuff until Nick Saban came to town. You wasn't no real Bama fan before Nick Saban got there. You bandwagon. I guarantee you, before Nick Saban got there, before 2007, I guarantee you probably was a USC Trojan fan or a Miami Hurricane fan. I don't believe you no real Bama fan, because don't no real Bama fan under no circumstances would ever root for Auburn. Now, like I said on this, before I started this little rant, I don't have no problem with the University of Bama. I don't have no problem with the Alabama football program. What I have a problem with is these fake ass Bama fans that just decided to become Bama fans after 2007. And that's Kangaroo Black. Because, bruh, you the only Tide podcaster on YouTube that ever pull for Auburn. Don't no real Bama fan under no circumstances would ever pull for Auburn. G Bama, I remember Auburn week, the week we played Auburn, G Bama was typing in because me and him, we members of both a lot of DAWG podcasters channels. He was in there pulling for Georgia before the game and during the game. He would come in and he was typing, I hope Georgia beat the brakes off Auburn. See, that's a real Tide fan. G Bama boy is a real Tide fan. Matt B. Great is a real Tide fan. We the same age, G Bama. And I will never, under no circumstances, root for Georgia Tech or Florida. When Florida and Bama played in that 2020 SEC championship game, I was pulling for Bama. And I got the receipts on that. You can go to my Facebook channel and I did a live video at halftime where I was pulling for Bama to beat Florida. I would never pull for my ops. Never. That's why I know you a fake ass Tide fan, Kangaroo Black. Get off my DAWGS nuts and worry about your own damn team. If that's really your team. It seems like to me that you just got something personal going on with the University of Georgia. Because you always, all your lives, you talk more about Georgia than you do about Auburn, LSU, or Tennessee. Those are Bama's real rivals. Georgia and Alabama has never been rivals. There was a time where Georgia and Bama would go 5 or 6 years without playing each other. So why you got all this damn energy for Georgia? What's really your problem? Did some female from the University of Georgia leave you at the altar or something? That's what it sound like to me. Some female from the University of Georgia must have broke your heart or left you at the damn altar or something because, bro, this is beyond football. You are obsessed with my Georgia Bulldogs. You over there doing goddamn watch parties. I ain't never seen no time. I see Florida fans do it and Georgia Tech fans doing it. But I ain't never seen no Tide fan disinvested in my Georgia Bulldogs. You ain't even disinvested in Auburn. I've hardly ever seen you do videos about Auburn. You finally did one when Hugh Freeze got fired. But you don't hardly ever do no videos about Auburn. I've never seen you do a video about Auburn and put in the title, I hate Auburn. But every time I turn around, Georgia this, Georgia that, Georgia this, Georgia that, Georgia this, Georgia that. Man, look, what are you worried about? What are you worried about? Are you worried about having to see Kirby again for the second time? Huh? Because we already know we all remember how that worked out. The last time you had to see Kirby again for a second time in the postseason. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Like I said, I ain't got no problem with Alabama. Alabama got a damn good ass team. Alabama is strong. Like I said, I predict Bama will probably be bumped up over Texas A&M at number 3. I don't have no problem with that school. Some of my best friends that I grew up with are Tide fans. What I got a problem with is bandwagon ass, fake ass Bama fans like you. You a fraud. Because don't no real Bama fan sit there and cheer for no damn Auburn Tigers. Really? That's just like a Lakers fan damn cheering for a Celtic fan, or a Red Sox fan cheering for the damn Yankees, or a damn Philadelphia Eagles fan cheering for the Cowboys. Some things in this life you will never, ever, ever, ever see. And hey, that's on the real. I done seen it all. I never in my lifetime would ever thought I would ever see a Tide fan pulling for Auburn, for the Auburn Tigers. I can't wait till I go back home for Thanksgiving to tell some of my classmates and some of my old football teammates about this. I'm like, man, you ain't gonna believe this. It's a dude on YouTube. He claimed to be a Bama fan, but he pulling for the Ops. He pulling for Auburn. Make it make sense. I don't believe it, Jet B. I don't think he Bama through and through like you are. I know you Bama. I know you are really Bama. I don't believe this dude a real Bama fan. Ain't no real Bama fan pulling for no damn Auburn Tigers. Hell no. No. And on that note, y'all, let me get ready to get on up out of here. Man, Baker, man, I'm telling you, man, that was strange, man. That was strange. That was weird. That was weird, man. But let me get ready to get on up out of here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm gonna start doing salute to you, EJ. Salute to you, brother. Happy Monday to you. I'm gonna start coming on here and doing these dog calls live more often now that we're at the end of the season and we are in full playoff mode. I'll be probably doing these live, but I'll do a few clips throughout the week. I'll drop them. There'll be uploads, but this one right here, yeah, your Buckeyes look good, EJ. Your Buckeyes look good, bro. Your Buckeyes look good right now. They're the number one team in the nation. They looking good so far. So far, season ain't over with yet. Still got to see Michigan. Still got to see Michigan. Hey, you got Michigan. All right, and on that note, for the Tennessee Volunteer fans, you lost to Oklahoma on Saturday. Miami, you lost to SMU on Saturday. So, well, Tennessee, definitely Tennessee. It's slow walking, sad singing time. You had a good run, but you came up short when it counted the most. So, on that note, Tennessee Vol Nation, you get the slow walking, sad singing award today. And like I always say to you Tennessee fans, like I always say, let not your heart be troubled. There's always next year. Everyone, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Hey, it's been fun. Hey, thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for supporting the channel. Yes, Tennessee, your season is over. It is over. Over. Capital O. It is over. Josh Heupel, get you a defensive coordinator. Even if you have to go into the damn NFL, get you a defensive coordinator, please. How many times you gonna have this happen to you where you have elite offenses, playmakers all over the field, but your defense can't stop a nosebleed? Get a damn defensive coordinator, Josh Heupel. Okay. Everyone, thank you all for coming out. Peace and blessings. Hey, enjoy the rest of your Monday. Everyone be safe. Stay out of trouble. Okay. Stay warm because the temperature is going to be dropping. It is going to be dropping. May wake up tomorrow morning. We may be in the 30s. So everyone be safe out there. Be aware of your surroundings, especially when you go to the grocery stores and you go to Walmart. I'm not going to get into any political subjects on here. This is strictly a sports channel, but you all know what's going on across the country right now. Just please be safe, be aware of your surroundings, And hey, stay prayed up and stay ready, everyone. I'm Amondo Black. Thank you all. This has been the Dog Call. Peace and blessings. And like I always say, no matter what, win, lose, draw, or even a bye week, it's always going to be go dogs. Sick 'em. Woo, 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 woo. Everyone enjoy the rest of your Monday. This has been the Dog Call.
To go top. So bring on Florida, bring on Bama, and bring on Texas too. We stay true, the Dogs stay true.